One of the most special moments you'll ever get to experience at Disney World is a proposal or an engagement. And I got to experience that a few times while I was working there as a photographer and having the pleasure of being able to take the pictures. So what was it like? What kind of special training did we get as photographers? And what would I recommend if you're thinking about proposing at Disney World? Way back in 2006, when I started my Photopass training, one of the things that came up in our discussions that wasn't part of the official training was, what do we do if we see a proposal happening? If you see that person that starts to drop down onto their knee to propose to somebody else, what do we do? Is there anything special or significant that we need to be aware of? And basically, our training was get there as quick as you can and get as many pictures as possible. That was about it. If you see it happening and you're not engaged with the guest, then immediately head on over and try to get every picture you can. Capture the whole moment for them, getting as many angles and shots as you possibly can. Making sure that they're all good shots, all ones that you would want. But you want to make sure you get the whole thing. Now, if you're with a guest at the time, they said, well, be very nice, but very fast in wrapping it up. Take care of the last picture. If you're already taking it, scan the card, hand it to them, apologize, say, there's a proposal happening and I gotta go get it. Here's your Photopass card. Have a great day, and run. Guests are going to be understanding and really excited normally if they see it. It would be unusual for a guest to actually have a problem for you to go running over to catch the engagement, so don't worry about it too much. If they do have a problem, well, too bad. They'll get over it. Because an engagement's a bigger deal. Other than that, we really didn't get a whole lot of special training or anything notable for it. Just make sure we capture the moment. Get the best pictures we possibly can, and don't miss it. Most of the time when you would see a proposal, there would be absolutely no warning at all. You're just kind of looking up and all of a sudden there's somebody dropping to a knee. There would actually be times that when we did see one, we would actually be taking pictures as we're running to it because it was such a sudden thing. For a photographer, it was an extremely exciting thing. We loved it when we had the opportunity. It was almost like a competition for the photographers. And it was an exciting moment, not necessarily a bragging moment, but definitely one that you shared with everybody around you. You wouldn't believe the neat thing I just saw and got to do. I just saw somebody get engaged. The other neat thing when photographers get shoot is they don't just tell everybody about it. As soon as we get an opportunity, we go racing over to the view where all our pictures can be seen and immediately try to find them if we get an opportunity. Wanting to see if they came out too, because we want to make sure we got good pictures. We don't want to be the one that said, I saw an engagement and I blew it and got cruddy photos and they stink and oh no. So we wanted to make sure that we captured the moment as well as we possibly could. We didn't want us to be the downer on a great moment. When you would see it, your heart would start to race and you get all excited, especially when they said yes. Thankfully, I never saw anybody say no. You get plenty excited when you do see one and you get the opportunity to shoot it. We loved when we got to see proposals. I had the pleasure of shooting a few of them while I was there. I remember a couple times I was at the partner statue, which is right around the castle hub, and looking up and seeing somebody start to propose and getting excited and running over. One of the times I was actually shooting pictures of another family at the statue and saw this through my viewfinder in the background of the family I was taking. And just see somebody start to kneel down. Oh my gosh! And I remember the family going, what? What? There's somebody proposing! And they were such a neat family because their attitude was very much, give us the card, go get it. It made it so much nicer and easier when you had that. One of my favorites actually took place at a part of the park called the Rose Garden. It's over to the right and looks up towards the castle. There's all sorts of roses and flowers around and big grass lawns. It's just a really pretty area. I was over there one time shooting pictures of people in front of the castle and getting a real nice picture. This young couple walks up, poses for the picture. They're all happy and getting ready. And right after I take the first one, he pulls the ring out and proceeds to propose to her right there at the Rose Garden. So nice because I was already there, all ready to shoot. Got to get some really nice pictures in just a beautiful setting. It was hard for me not to jump up and down with excitement as I was taking it. Another one of my absolute favorite times that I got to shoot a proposal was when I was working with Mickey one time. The gentleman had actually talked to the character attendant I was working with, and she kind of nudged me as they came up, let me know that something was going to go on, but I didn't know what. And she went up and talked to Mickey for a little bit. What I didn't know was that she was actually passing the ring to Mickey. Mickey then took the ring, kind of hid it in his left hand, shook hands with both of them as they came up, gave them hugs, greeted them and everything else, and proceeded to pose for the picture. After he poses for the first couple of pictures, Mickey then takes his hand and just kind of opens it up right in the middle of them with the ring right there. Lets the little girl see it. The gentleman grabs the ring, proceeds to kneel down and propose to her. I think Mickey was about to burst with excitement. He's jumping and clapping, and it was just a neat moment. Such a surprise for everybody else that was in the room at the time, and such a neat way to be able to get Mickey to be able to get involved with it. That was probably the neatest proposal I got to shoot. The one other one I really remember is I was on Main Street. There's a little bridge that kind of heads over towards the castle just at the end of Main Street. I was shooting there and had another gentleman come up and kind of give me a little nudge and says, "Hey, watch that guy. He's about to propose." "Oh, really? Thank you." Didn't have any other guests, so I just kind of nonchalantly walked on, following behind, looking like I was looking for somebody else, while the whole time I had my eyes on them, just making sure I didn't lose them. Sure enough, a couple minutes later, he gets her to this nice spot where it's a little quiet, proceeds to kneel down, and I was right there with the camera, able to capture the whole entire thing. Made for a wonderful moment in the park. So, if you're thinking about proposing at Disney World, what would I recommend? Well, let me give you a couple suggestions. One, if you've got some extra money and you can get the reservations in early, check out Cinderella's Royal Table. That's the really nice restaurant up in the castle. They actually have a proposal package available. You can give them the ring ahead of time, and they will actually deliver it during the meal with a really nice, pretty, decorated plate and a whole special presentation just perfect for you to be able to propose with. However, if you can't get into Cinderella's Royal Table and you want to do it out in the park, the other options that most people do is in front of the castle. So if you're thinking about the castle, don't do it at the very front of the castle by the stage. Don't. If you have people taking pictures, it means that when they're taking the picture, they're going to get the cement wall of the stage that's about yay high on you. Ugly backdrop. Don't do it there. Scoot up closer to Main Street so you can get a better backdrop with the castle. Around the partner statue, if it isn't too crowded at the time, is a great place. Or the previously mentioned Rose Garden. Beautiful place. Oftentimes it's a little quieter over there. You've got a great backdrop, and the photographers usually they're ready and waiting to go. Speaking of photographers, yes, you want to get the Photopass photographers in on it. Tell them ahead of time. If you can't, have somebody else tell them. Give them a heads up so that way they can be ready to take the pictures and not miss the moment. Additionally, I would suggest having somebody else there take pictures. The Photopass photographer can use your camera, but they're going to really be focusing on using theirs as much as possible because it's a high quality camera and they can shoot quick with it. They're willing to take some other post pictures at the end with yours, but they're really going to be wanting to use their camera for a moment like that. So have another photographer ready to make sure that you get everything. Additionally, look for somebody else that can help you out with it. I had one friend who was a photographer. The groom actually came up to him and asked if he could help him. Gave him the ring ahead of time. And then got his girlfriend and came back to the photographer. "Hey, we want to get our picture taken." And as they were taking the pictures, he took a normal routine of pictures. Got a couple nice, fun pictures at the end of it. Scanned the card. And then as he started to walk up, he said, "Hey, I think you dropped something." And as he's bending down with the groom, he pulls the ring out and hands it to the groom again. And the groom says, "Oh, yeah, I almost forgot." And then proceeds to propose while the photographer got to shoot the pictures. Cast members would love to help you with it if they can. If it's something that they can do that doesn't cause an issue with character integrity, in other words, keeping the characters proper, or something like that, if they can help, they will. If you're wanting the characters to be part of it, such as the one example with Mickey, talk to the character attendants. Last I checked, they're still wearing the blue shirts and khaki pants, but whoever is the cast member that's there helping people get in and out of line, talk to them first. They can let you know if the character is able to help. They may be able to let you know what the character can or can't do. Most of them, again, are going to be willing to help you. You might run into one or two that won't, but most of them are going to want to, and trust me, those characters, if there's a way they can do it, they would love to. They're not always allowed to for various different reasons. Policies and rules can change one way and then go back again. So always ask the character attendant first. They can let you know, and that way the poor character doesn't get surprised by it happening all of a sudden. Because that can get awkward sometimes. It's neat, it's fun, but weird. You don't want weird. So let them know ahead of time. That'll save you a lot of trouble. So proposals are awesome. They were honestly some of my favorite moments there, so much so that even now, all these years later, I still love to go watch videos on YouTube of people proposing at Disney World. And yes, I'm such a sap, I cry over them too. But I love them. They're really neat. That was, again, one of my favorite parts of the job. I'd love to hear your stories too about proposals and how yours went, or maybe one that you saw or took part in. Share them in the comments below. If you've got a video, YouTube's kind of weird on video links, but you can always post it on my Facebook page at Facebook/TheSirWillow. I'd love to see your videos and hear your stories. Don't forget to like and share the video too. Thanks so much.